Happy Valentine's! I am doing 7 love readings for Valentine's. I am sorry if you're here, this one's for you, sorry. I am doing you, partner, connection. So we're doing kind of 3 card reads, but already you have 2 cards in your position and 2 cards in connection. Interesting. So we have divine order and you are safe. Okay, so I would say that what you are looking for in terms of love at the moment is feeling safe, and I feel like you're wanting something of substance. I do feel like perhaps from past relationships you've never really found your home, because to me the fact that we have the you are safe card out here, it's kind of as though we have never found security, true security in our relationships. So I could potentially say that you've been in toxic pasts, maybe even borderline abusive, because I feel as though like being in kind of fight and flight in regards to love, as though not being able to trust fully. So I feel like this is a place where you are trying to heal in regards to love and relationships. So the divine order generally comes to sort of say things are starting to balance out and things need to balance out. So I would say that you're in a position of finding your security, finding your safety, which means you may be in a very independent time and not looking for love per se. I would say if you are in something that is more toxic and abusive, that this would be telling you it's time for you to get things in order and find your security, that you are safe in doing that. I'm kind of getting this. I know this is a love reading, but you know, not all love is meant to be stayed in, right? So that is something to be aware of and something to make sure you are getting yourself safe, and this would say you are supported in that to make those steps. For those of you that are not in abusive relationships, I would say that again you are healing from this. So in terms of being ready, I feel like the partner position is going to tell us what you are ready for and what to accept, and nothing less with this energy, because I feel like you are in this place where you're trying to heal the wounds of past relationships, or trying to heal the wounds that you have in regards to connections with people. You may not even have had relationships yet, and this could be again just a wound that is healing here. So you're in this position of building your security, and you could even be to the point where you are at this state where you are starting to be, or you are secure in yourself, so you're ready to date, right? That's just the energy that's coming from this, is that you are either in a position to find your safety or that you are in the safe essence. The partner is angel therapy, right? So this is basically somebody who can come in and heal the wounds that are needed. I do not ever think that another person should be healing wounds from us, but naturally, even a conversation with a stranger can heal us in ways that we didn't realize. So in that way, your partner comes in as a kind of knight in shining armor kind of position, because they're exactly what you need to show you that not everybody is like how you have experienced previously, and also even just in the relationship in general. Sometimes we go, or more often than not, we go into relationships where we expect them to end, or they start to show the red flags, and again we might self-sabotage. And I think that the partner position in this is saying this is someone who will help to heal those wounds. So we do always have to realize though that when we have somebody that heals the wounds, does not mean they're a forever person. They're the person that you need in your life right now. So again, if a relationship does come to an end, I kind of feel like we should always go into relationships never expecting forever. Yes, be hopeful of forever. Obviously when we're meeting new people and we want marriage, we want kids and stuff, we can hope for a forever. But when we stick an expectation of forever on something, when things start to go wrong, we kind of we wound ourselves immediately. That, you know, you're basically just stabbing yourself in the heart because you had expectations that maybe were never there in the first place in terms of what was meant for you, and that connection was never meant to be forever. Maybe you were meant to get children from a connection. So to me, with this angel therapy, it's like, what are your expectations going into relationships or of the relationship you have, and do you need to align them really with what your soul needs right now based on what you think you want. I do get a lot of healing within this connection, and I will go on to this over here in a section in a moment, which does discuss the actual connection between you two. But I feel like this person is somebody who is nurturing and loving in a way that, again, helps to heal your wounds. Okay, and it can be as well, actually, before I move on from that they have been through similar patterns that you have. Again, when we get into relationships, we often meet at where we're at, right? So they could have the same healing wound that you have. So you again both help each other. But sometimes we can fall into toxic patterns with that. So that's something I want you to be mindful. This is a really weird love reading because all the others are totally different. But I'm going to read it as the cards come out for me. We intuitively read, and that's how it goes. We have beloved one in reverse, and then harmony, relationship. Now these are kind of how they are positioned. I'll see if I can show you. It's like that, right? I feel like they kind of oppose each other, so that's kind of how I'm sort of reading this. The beloved one, I feel like you're in a very strong position in the sense of you know what you want, and that's all you'll settle for. I get this kind of harshness, and I think like that's on both sides. It's like you're just ready for something serious now and not messing around. So I do think as soon as those little things come into play, there's this kind of dynamic of this person's not for me, right? Which means when you get with the partner who's healing, you will know already that naturally that's not happening. But for me, this beloved one is kind of it feels very, very harsh, as though neither of you are going to settle for less, which means if someone's there for you right now, it's like they're not settling for you, they've chosen you. And I feel like this is what both of you need to appreciate, is that you're both choosing to be there right now, to love the other person. Relationship harmony, this is really, really good. It means that I feel like the peace in the relationship. I feel like there is peace, and again that this is something that has been a long time coming. To me, this is saying that you're both choosing to be there, but by both choosing, you actually are both equally putting in the love and the care, the nurture, the hard work, and actually navigating it together, creating that balance, creating that harmony. I do get a sense of this being what you need right now, and I'm loving that. So I would say that this connection is definitely what you need. It kind of feels like the medicine that you need right now, and I know that doesn't sound entirely like romance and love and sprinkles, but actually there's nothing more romantic than having a partner that is everything that you need, so that your soul heals, right? Having someone by your side that brings peace is absolutely everything. And I think that you can understand that if you have been through something that's toxic, having someone that brings peace, it can be unnerving. And I think that's the nerves I'm kind of feeling in this. It can be unnerving because it's not something you're used to. And then that can bring the worries of feelings of loss. I would say that, both of you are choosing to be here. This is not like I don't know how to word it. This is not just like someone just saying, this is the only person, just hooking up with somebody. Like a lot of people go from one relationship to a next relationship to the next. I feel like this is not like that. It's not a situation of circumstance. This is a situation of both of you wanting to be there to love each other and show each other that. And it feels so kind of like a passion, a purpose of just choosing your partner. And I'm liking that. I'm loving that. But again, peace. And I do think that the connection brings out the love, the romance, the healing things of that's perhaps not been there in past relationships. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. I am really loving this dynamic. It feels like all lovey warmth over something that you've wanting it for so long. So I'm loving that. Thank you guys for being here. Please follow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you guys.